This is ADCT World News, and now Inside Crime with me, Vanshika Agarwal. Devotees attended Bhasm Aarti on the occasion of Mahashivratri at Ujjain's Mahakaleshwar temple. Alexei Navalny buried in Moscow as thousands attended funeral. But first we start with global headlines. Welcome to the Inside Crime with me, Vanshika Agarwal. Spending on Facebook and Instagram advertising by Labour and the Conservatives is more than 10 times higher this year compared to the start of 2023.
Tax cuts. We all want them, right?
This is what today's election campaign looks like.
Well, have your taxes cut by the Conservatives.
The fight for your attention is well underway, and it's playing out on all of your screens.
Choose Labour and know that we have changed fundamentally.
A wave of political ads is hitting Facebook and Instagram. Rishi Sunak and Keir Starmer on the social media campaign trail. And this is just the start.
We can show you that the main parties are acting like the election campaign has already begun. Now, this is how much the Conservatives and Labour spent on Facebook and Instagram ads in the first 5 weeks of last year. And in electoral terms, that's peanuts. Now, in the same period this year, it's more than 10 times that amount. Campaign season has kicked off. Let's look at it over time. This shows spending back to the start of 2023, and you can see the spike just before the local elections, but then it spikes up again even higher this January. Now, this shows the start of 2024, beginning of the run-up to general election day, with Labour and Tory vying to spend more. And both parties pumping out dozens of adverts. The Tories spent the most when they were pushing this ad celebrating tax cuts, while Labour peeked around a message that Keir Starmer has changed the party. Now, really, only two of our political parties are in the race. Now, this is who is and isn't spending money online. And you can see smaller parties are clear that they just can't afford to keep up. Let's see where the cash is going. Sky News has looked at adverts pushed by local MPs and paid for by the Central Conservative Party over the last 90 days. Each dot is where they, the Tories, have spent over £500, and there are 74 different constituencies where that's happened. And these are the 21 seats in what normally would have been considered solid majority territory for the Tories, of over 8,000. If you're struggling to defend these seats, then you're heading for a hung parliament or even a Labour majority. There were some seats with big spends that have Tory majorities of over 20,000. Cash going into defending places that were once solidly blue.
Hi, Sam.
The parties know the messages you want to hear, but don't feel too special.
Now, I know the economy is your top priority.
For a different Sam, a different priority.
Hi, Sam. Now, I know you care about patients getting the care they need more.
And another one.
Hi, Sam. Like you, I think immigration levels are too high.
Personalised, targeted ads are big campaign weapon, and we can show you why.
I will deliver for you.
Over 50, chances are you're seeing Tory adverts about the economy or Labour messaging on knife crime. Under 40, then it's ads about getting WhatsApps direct from the PM or Labour cracking down on tax avoidance. Hundreds of thousands of pounds are already being spent to get slogans onto your screens. And a new rule change, coming in the data bill before Parliament now, means you might be about to see a whole lot more.
There is a new thing in this bill allowing for democratic engagement, and effectively it sort of slightly loosens the rules for political parties. They'll be able to contact voters more easily, they'll need less permission to do so.
Voters should brace for a deluge of information through every platform and every mean this election.
I think there could well be a lot more contact of voters this election, yeah. There's a lot more money, there's a lot more data. You should expect to hear from political parties over the next year.
Who thinks that we need change?
New data rules and a big raise to the limit on election spending. The campaign cap has increased by 80% for the next election. The two main parties are going to spend those extra millions to reach you.
This is the Inside Prime. You can subscribe our YouTube channel for more interesting stories. Now move on to the next story. Under a heavy police presence, thousands of people bade farewell to Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny at his funeral in Moscow after his still unexplained death in an Arctic penal colony.
Огромные потери. Наши самые большие соболезнования, внимание, потому что перенести такое под силу не каждому человеку, его жене, его детям.
Яко мы, живущие, оставшие пришествие Господне, не има мы предварить умерших.
Дайте попрощаться!
Нет войне! Нет войне!
In the remote town of Campbeltown on the west coast of Scotland, a one-woman vegan chocolate making company is providing chocolates for the Oscar goodie bags. Fiona McArthur, who has created 6 chocolates based on the most films, says it's mind-blowing that her chocolates will be going to the nominees for the main categories at this year's award.
So I've got a chocolate themed for Barbie, a chocolate themed for Oppenheimer, Killers of the Flower Moon, Poor Things, Holdovers and Maestro, and they're all tailored. Like Barbie is pink and Oppenheimer is like a bomb, so it has kind of yellows and oranges and it has popping candy in it. Kind of works for the story as well, I think, because they're not a smooth heart, they're kind of rough and rough cut, so sort of like her journey through Barbie Land into the real world is not a smooth journey, it's full of angles. This is the Maestro chocolate. The flavour that I chose for these ones is salt and pepper, and it's just because I was looking for something that was complementary to Leonard and Felicia's lives. Like they live separate lives but together. The chocolates are going to the top nominees, so the Best Director, Best Actor, Actress, Supporting Actor and Supporting Actress, they all get one of my boxes of chocolates. And I'm really excited, so it's people like Cillian Murphy and Bradley Cooper, Lily Gladstone, Emma Stone. It's mind-blowing, I actually can't believe it still.
A total solar eclipse will cross North America in April. This animated map shows the path of totality across parts of Mexico, the US and the Canada. Dr. Julia Atreta of HC Florida Lawnwood Hospital in Fort Pierce explained the dangers of the highly contagious and potentially deadly measles virus.
So measles is a respiratory virus. It's very contagious. You don't even have to have contact with a person. You can just have it in a room and also be contracted. It starts off with fever and cough, conjunctivitis. There's an incubation period of a few days. Then there's the prodrome, which are the fever, and then you get the rash. So the rash usually is a red, small, little macular papular rash. starts in the hairline, then goes to the face, and kind of like spreads downward to the body and goes all over the body. The complications of measles, could be anything from pneumonia requiring respiratory ventilation to diarrhea, but death. Obviously, less than 12 months of age, you worry more with complications. But adults can get it and elderly can get it if they've never been immunized or if their immunization already started to wear off because it's been too many years. But there is conversations to be had, and I think an informed parent is the best parent. So you educate them, give them information, and let them make the best decision for their child, which is hopefully to immunize them. This vaccine is not new. There's no need to be scared, but definitely just be aware and get vaccinated.
A laptop with a transparent screen that combines AI and augmented reality has been launched ahead of the Mobile World Congress Tech show in Barcelona.
The transparent display allows me to interact with the device in new ways. So let's say I'm a designer and I want to design the next bridge across a river. I can go out into the field, actually look at the river and design on screen. This device supports pen, so I could bring a digital stylus and then interact in 1-to-1 ratio. So actually design it physically in the environment. And so, especially as you think about AI and the capabilities and how we interact with devices, this is changing completely. So now we want to bring in that augmented reality, digital overlay of the real world, and the transparent display facilitates this.
Scientists studied the voice boxes or larynxes from the 3 dead stranded balloon whales. Scientists say they are one step closer to figuring out how humpback and other types of whales sing, with specialized voice boxes that allow them to produce music loud enough to travel through the ocean.
People have known that whales make sounds since the 70s, roughly. And since then, people have been wondering, how do they do this, actually? How do they make sounds? And we've now shown that their larynx, their voice box, still works as a sound source, but it works in very different ways as we use it. We have to realize that the only way for these animals to communicate on the water is by noise, by sound. And so the only way for them to find each other is by sound. So if we add a bunch of noise to the oceans, basically on a global scale, this will really reduce the areas over which these animals can communicate and make it harder for them to find each other.
¿Y la mamá?
Ah, la madre sí, la madre, bueno, la hembra. Ahí va, tiene que lo manche. Ven. Un poco le la madre.
Now we are at the end of today's Inside Prime. We will come next weekend. Until like, share and subscribe our YouTube channel, and for more updates visit our website adctnews.com.